This tutorial explains how to convert the index numbers of a pandas data frame to a list or a NumPy array in the Python programming language. So without too much talk, let's dive into the Python code. In this video, I will show you an example, and this example is based on the data frame that we can create with lines 2 to 7 of the code. So first, in line 2 of the code, I'm importing the pandas library, and then in lines 4 to 6 of the code, I'm creating some example data using the DataFrame function. So if you run these lines of code, you can see at the top right that a new data frame is appearing, which is called data, and we can print this data frame to the bottom right by running line 7 of the code. And then you can see that our data frame contains 9 rows and 3 columns, which are called x1, x2, and x3. And you can see that our index numbers are ranging from 0 to 8. Now let's assume that we want to extract these index numbers as a list object in Python. Then we can apply the code that you can see in line 9. And in this line of code, I'm using the .index attribute and the toList function. And I'm specifying that the output of this should be stored in a new data object, which I'm calling data.index.1. So if you run line 9 of the code, you can see that a new data object is appearing at the top right, which is called data.index.1. And we can print this data object to the bottom right by running line 10 of the code. And then you can see that we have created a new list object, which contains the values of our index of our example data frame as a list object. In the next example, in line 12, I want to show you how to convert the index numbers of our pandas data frame to a NumPy array. And for this, we can use the index attribute and the values attribute, as you can see in line 12. And then I'm storing the output of this in another data object that I'm calling data.index.2. So if you run this line of code, you can see at the top right that another data object is appearing, which is called data.index.2. You can also see that this is an array, and we can print this array to the bottom right by running line 13 of the code. And then you can see that our new data object data.index.2 contains an array with the index numbers of our pandas data frame. That's all I wanted to explain in this video. In case you want to learn more on this topic, you may check out my homepage, statisticsglobe.com, because on my homepage I have recently published a tutorial in which I'm explaining the content of this video in some more detail. I will put a link to this tutorial into the description of the video, so you can find it there. If you have liked this video, or if you have any questions, let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to respond to all comments as soon as I can. Furthermore, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel to get notified about future video releases. I have already published about 500 videos on this channel, and I'm releasing new videos on a daily basis. Thanks a lot for watching. See you in the next video.